right. So yesterday evening I introduced the vague topic of this retreat: clear mind, soft heart, solid body. And so this second session of the day and the fourth session, we will be practicing and workshopping it. So yesterday evening, this clarity, softness and solidity, these are the, as you know, I keep repeating the same phrases over and over again, on all events. So these three basic characteristics, that's really the heart and soul of what we do in our practice. So that's a complete other need or recognize the natural state. That's it. There's nothing lacking in that. Having said that, some preliminary practices, there's a brief comment there in the introduction that says that all practices are the natural state. In simple terms, like when we do practices, yesterday I was briefly saying about that, some people make the hasty assumption, and sometimes it might be difficult for us also as practitioners to understand that practices are not, they are something that has a fruit in long term. But at some point one will also realize that with this doing of practices and simply being as or in the natural state, it's the same thing. So all this action and non-action are the same. There is no difference. There is no duality between those two. So I guess that comes with practice to really understand it, that the two are not different. But I was thinking that we could do some chanting within this topic of clear mind, soft heart and solid body. So sit in a good posture. Building, aligning your body well on the sitting bones. You can push your buttocks back, bring the navel in front, put the tailbone in the back, and then just kind of rest. It's easy to rest on sitting bones. Relaxing the shoulders, relaxing the chest, relaxing arms, fingers, relaxing the hip joints, thighs, knees, calves, ankles, feet and toes. Also letting the soft tissues of the head and face relax and melt. So as we align our physical body well and the soft tissues melt, relax, it is then enjoyable to just rest against the pull of gravity. resting upright against the pull of gravity with one's skeletal structure. While letting the soft tissues relax as deeply as possible. Obviously, we need some deep muscles to keep us upright. So there is, within the body, there is this gentle or subtle muscular push, tension happening that keeps us upright. Solid body and soft heart. Soft heart, like being emotionally open, pristine condition, just like a flower that I discussed yesterday. Like a flower that blooms by itself in the meadow, in the forest. And it's also vulnerable, emotionally vulnerable. That's a good one. Vulnerability. That kind of openness. Not holding back with the heart emotionally, but being open, naturally open. Not forcedly open. Groundedness of the body, softness of the heart, and clarity of mind. All three together. In other words, these three again: knowingness, aliveness, joyfulness, and stability. All together, facets of the same three-faced pyramid. Eyes can be open or closed, however you prefer. Mouth can be closed, or lips and teeth can be slightly open, yet breathing through the nose. recognition of natural state like this, it's easy to do, easy to get, but it's also until it's stabilized with opening of the Mahasiddha bhumis and perfection of some bhumis, it is also easily lost. When it's lost, get back. Simple recognition of knowingness, softness, stability. I mentioned that we would do some chanting. So let's chant, alternating Kuntuzangpo and Kuntuzangmo mantras. Namo Kuntuzangpo La, Namo Kuntuzangmo La. So the tantric deities, tantric Buddhas of the 13th bhumi. Guru Rinpoche as Kuntuzangpo, Yeshe Tsogyal as Kuntuzangmo. You can feel their presence already. Really soothing, graceful rain of blessings. I will chant the first two mantras and then join me. Namo Kuntuzangpo La, Namo Kuntuzangmo La, 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 Namo Kuntuzangpo 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 Zangmola, Namo Kuntu 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 Be sure to relax the muscles after chanting. And there's a lot of subtlety in Kuntu Sangmo, Kuntu Sangpo. So you need to be relaxed to get or glimpse that subtlety. what can also happen is that when the charge is strong, it makes our deep muscles tense. You know, taking that charge in can make one tense up. Relax with the charge. Relax into it. Like diving to water. All your muscles and bones and skin, even hair on the skin, all organs, eyes, face, brain, marinating. slowly with patience. Solid body, soft heart, clear mind. What is the difference before and after Kuntosangpo practice? The same solidity of the body, softness of the heart, clarity of mind can be recognized, but what is the change after tantric practice? After turning to the blessings and presence of Buddhas, entirely liberated, wakeful beings. And how is the experience of feeling, receiving and being such a fully liberated being? How is this experience like? So it's very familiar already, but as I said yesterday and briefly a moment ago, that there's depth to it, richness to it, richness and flavor and flavors and tones that might take us by surprise. When we start to detect, notice that richness, it's like, oh, you notice that, sort of like the food has more flavors than you noticed before, as if your taste buds suddenly became more sensitive. It's sort of like in the beginning we only see two colors, black and white, or blue and red. But then as we practice, we start to see that there's more colors, 5, 10, 20, 30, 100, 1,000 different hues, different tones. It is exactly like that when our body of confusion is integrated into the body of knowledge and freedom and love. It is exactly like that. Like a vast palette of colors, like rainbow. And Kuntosangmo happens to be the tantric Buddha for rainbow body attainment, light body attainment, full Buddhahood, which includes our mind, but also relates to the physical body. Not only seeing the non-duality of thoughts in the mind and emotions, mind content of the mind phenomena, but also the non-duality between physical and non-physical, That's what light body, rainbow body means. Enjoying the immense blessings and love and just the joy of it. Simply taking it in. as you're still feeling the charge, let's think about bodhicitta for a moment. So bodhicitta means that we practice to attain Buddhahood for the sake of all samsaric beings who are confused and seek their way out of confusion. And these beings are human beings around us, animals, even insects, all beings that are sentient. Maybe even plants, rocks, and then beyond the physical realm, physical beings in the physical, there are subtle realms, beings of subtle realms that are all around us in non-physical form. So we have 7-8 billion people on earth and billions of animals, billions of plants, trillions of plants, trillions of beings on earth, and in the same way there are so many more beings all around us occupying, inhabiting the subtle realms, and everyone is seeking happiness, seeking lasting contentment, seeking a way out from their selfing. So as you're sitting in this Kuntuzangpo experience, when you know that all these beings are in trouble, they are fearful, they are highly anxious. Some of them, in their anxiousness, in their delusion, do harm and hurt others physically, psychologically, causing trouble for others. There are beings who are sad, who are alone, who are on the top, successful, admired, and yet everyone of these beings are seeking a way out. How does it make you feel? We as practitioners know the solution to this existential problem. How does it make you feel in your heart? Why do we cultivate compassion, bodhicitta, and always when doing practices, we keep all sentient beings with us and dedicate merit for them, so that when they are ready, or dedication of merit means that dedicating the merits or some benefits of our practices for sentient beings adds up to their readiness when they meet yogic practices, dharma practices, teachings. So all these beings around us seek a way out like we do. The difference between practitioners and non-practitioners is that practitioners know the way out, non-practitioners don't. So because of that, their seeking is still continuing. So feel all these beings around you and feel their suffering in your heart, in your mind, that heaviness. That sadness, that sense of being lost. And then let's chant a short bodhicitta. May all beings be free. Many times. May all beings be free. 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 May all beings sense here. Look into your own experience. How does it feel like? Clear mind, soft heart, solid body. And this like through bodhicitta, through caregiving of others, this immense softness of the heart. Genuineness. And not a fake compassion, but real care. It is natural to care for others, unnatural to feel separated. Separation means there is distance. Distance and separation means duality. Do you feel distance now? Like being emotionally distant from other beings, all beings? Or do you feel simple presence imbued with this dynamic, soft, loving, deeply caring energy? In this space of knowingness. So this is how an excellent, a genius way to go through our selfing in all forms, while hopefully actually benefiting all sentient beings, even if it's a 1/10 of a millimeter that some other being is affected by our practice. That is already immensely beneficial. Just like a tiny, tiny seed can be a start of the biggest tree in the world. Seeds are important. A seeds of love and wisdom, compassion, kindness. Kindness without distance, without separation. Okay, move your body, stretch as you like. Let's take a 10-minute toilet break and then continue half an hour.